So welcome, Henry. Thanks for joining. So you were just asking a couple of questions about how this might relate to things like flow and the Taoist philosophy, and yeah. So I just wanted to let you know that there's a great synergy between A Course in Miracles and Taoism. So the Taoism talks about the Tao as the kind of, that's the ultimate truth, and then Wu Wei is how that truth flows into life, into this world, and how you experience it practically. And it's kind of the dynamic between the Tao and Wu Wei, and you want to get into a state of Wu Wei so you can learn more and more of the Tao. Well, just change the terminology slightly. God is the Tao, and Wu Wei is miracles. So when you're living in a miracle-minded way, then you're in flow with life. Life is, you're having a happy dream. You're letting go of negativity, and life can be quite good. So just different terminology, but really referring to the same. There's the formless dimension, which is beyond time and space. Of course, calls that God, which we translate as pure formless awareness of perfect love. The Tao, I kind of quite like the Eastern way, because they don't name it. I suppose they've called it Tao, but it's less like, it's less of a, okay, there's God somewhere as a concept or figure outside of you. It's more like the Tao, as you said, the Tao that can be named is not the Tao. It's sort of this awareness, pure formless awareness. What can you say? It's not tangible.
No, when you put it into words, that it is not what it is anymore. Because
the words can only point to it. So in the same way, God, or if we choose pure formless awareness of perfect love, is really just a pointer to this ultimate source, which is beyond words. It's beyond anything you can really name. It's certainly beyond time and space entirely. But then the genius of the Course is that it just translates this into your life, here in this world of duality and time and space and form. It's saying the miracles are how you apply this great oneness, pure formless awareness of perfect love, in a practical way in your life, to be very helpful, to help you solve problems, to help you get through challenges, to help you be happier, more peaceful, more loving, kinder, healthier. All these are benefits of connecting with the source. And so
it's a bit like Sally talks about aha moments. It's a kind of a kind of ongoing aha. It's just like when something slots into place. And
So it's a progressive mind training course where Yeshua takes you through 365 daily lessons, and then there's a text that underpins the lessons, which is the theory. And so when I designed this Art of Letting Go program, I wanted to really do justice to the course. That I wasn't just doing the text or the workbook; it was both, because you need both to really have a comprehensive view of it, as well as the manual for teachers. And then there's some supplements at the end. So in 1 year, we cover all of it. So it's a 1 year deep dive into this great teaching of A Course in Miracles. And then you do it at whatever level you can. So no one joins every session. No. The people dip in when they can. There's some people who join regularly on live sessions. Others I never see. They're members. You never see them in live sessions, but they're members, and they get the material, and they listen to recordings, and they do what they want with it. So there's different membership levels to accommodate that. So in terms of the overwhelm question, it's all there for you, and you customize, and you pick and choose, and you work out a program that works for you.
I feel it, for me, it's always simplify. I say to myself, simplify, simplify, simplify. And by that, I don't mean in a disrespectful way, disregarding things, but actually the essence is really simple. Well, in my experience, it's real simple. It doesn't seem like that bigger puzzle to me. But I was always told, as a youngster and things, what I was feeling didn't exist, wasn't right, wasn't the truth. So for me, I've had to kind of come. That's why I went into the work that I went into, because it's energy work. It was wordless work.
Mm.
I looked into word therapies, but they weren't the right modality for me to be working in. Mine was about, feeling, sensing, seeing energies and meeting energies, and realizing that it's all energy. It's all energy and different frequencies, and how we get stuck in the illusion of things. Yeah. And and interesting enough, when I first came across Qigong, which would have been probably 30 years ago initially, I was on a retreat, and that was called Just Let Go. So that's interesting, like a circle around.
Yeah, exactly. Come full circle.
So when I saw the title of your course, I thought, just let go. Yeah.
Yeah, the art of letting go.
Yeah.
In my experience, that's all we're here to do. You look at all the great teachings, and it comes down to one thing. Whichever particular spiritual path you're taking, it comes down to your ability to let go of your mental and emotional attachments, which have been called various things.
And the need to be right, which we sort of, in our society, we have this big thing, don't we? We need to be right. We can all experience that at times, and just letting that one go as well.
Yeah. So all of those blocks, Yeshua calls them the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. Our job is to become aware of those, recognize that they are blocks. That's step one, and then step two, you make the decision to let them go, and then to facilitate that, there's various techniques you can use. Meditation, they give you the breath breaks. You've got this great mind training lesson that Yeshua gives you every day. So that's where the rubber meets the road. So, okay, this is going to help you cultivate more awareness, first of all, because without awareness, how can you make a decision? You can't. The program's running you, and you have no awareness that you have a choice. So you have to come to the awareness, okay, I actually do have a choice here, and then be able to evaluate the options clearly. That's what the mind training is about. To really see, okay, these are the choices, these are the thought systems, and then I can make a conscious choice in every situation based on truth, and based on the truth applied in that situation. So he's training us pretty comprehensively to identify what's ego and what's spirit, and to know the difference, and to feel that. So there's an energy component, there's a feeling of it. Well, how does it feel? Because how else do you know? So it's thought, primarily mind training, but the mind is not limited to just intellectual concepts and ideas, words. The mind is, as Yeshua defines it, the entire mind and thoughts and emotions, what you're feeling, your energy.
Yeah, we talk about in Qigong, we talk about shining the torch. So it's like the awareness. So it's like awareness of awareness, and it's like shining a torch and realizing you're not the torch. It's what's behind the light, that light that's coming through. So that, and it's sort of infinite, really. But it does help to sort of focus and shine a light on something, and that's where you then become aware of the awareness and the fact that you can, change where you shine the light and what have you. So it's
exactly. So it's not, the Course in Miracles is not the only approach to healing. I quite like his approach, because he's saying let's get very clear. There's no ambiguity. It's very clear. It's a non-dual teaching. He's saying, look, ultimately it's this or that, and you have to get very clear in your mind what's what. Because if you believe in the ego, then you are enslaved here, and you'll never escape time and space. So he's trying to get us to see very clearly the difference in the thought systems, and then be able to make a conscious choice over and over and over again to not value the illusion, not buy into it. So similar to other modalities where they say shine the light on that area, and it's in specific instances that it plays out. So you've got an issue, you've got a problem in whatever way, shape, or form in your life, then you bring that awareness into that problem, and the Holy Spirit, as he calls it, works with that specific issue to train your mind ultimately to free yourself from the idea of specific issues. There are no specific issues in eternity. It's perfect oneness. But while we're here, we're dealing with the specifics of daily life, and so it has to be translated.
We're here in this physical form, yes.
Seemingly, yeah. So it has to be translated, and that's really what the Course in Miracles is doing. You're stepping it's like a transformer. You've got the high frequency, high voltage energy of God that is very difficult to just take and download straight and like apply here. It's like, because it's in another dimension. It's like, how do you step it down? How do you transform it into something that's useful? Yeah, and that's really what the Holy Spirit
And
does.
that's using the mind. Is that what you're saying by the mind training?
Yeah, so you're using the mind to change your perception of any situation. So a situation crops up, you feel that ego negativity, the resistance, the fear, the anger, whatever it is. You observe it, and then you get quite good. Art letting go is really saying just get good at observing it and then choosing to let it go.
Yeah.
Using the tools and techniques that A Course in Miracles gives you, as well as the ones that I've created around. It's all structured around A Course in Miracles. Really, just tools to like help you to do the lesson frequently every day. So
Yeah.
then you just listen to the breath break instead of having to go and read the lesson. It's just a bit easier. And it's experiential. So instead of reading, you're actually closing your eyes and you can connect with your breath and you can go into a deeper experience and just have it guided rather than having to disconnect from that state and now read with the eyes. So, just tools to help you to actually apply.
Yeah, because I find that I try training myself with my Qigong, and that it's coming to what we call a still point. It's coming to that point within where and then when in that, it's like you can hear then the quiet voice within if you come to that still point. And I don't necessarily get to that through meditation always, but then Qigong is moving meditation, but it is the breathing, always coming back to the breath. We always do that with Qigong because that's the Qi, how Qi enters into our being. In this form.
So the breath creates this kind of spacious awareness in you that happens. Breathing goes hand in hand with awareness. So that's why breathing is fundamental to a lot of these practices like Qigong and yoga. Because they figured out a long time ago that by doing this you become more aware, you open up to the spirit, and hence breath and life and spirit are synonymous in a lot of the ancient languages. They understood, well, we keep it the same because when you breathe, you feel the essence of life coming into you, and it's not just oxygen. Now what we've done in modern sort of scientific materialism is we've dumbed everything down to atoms and molecules. So, well, what's in air? It's like it's got these components, and it's got oxygen, and it's got nitrogen, and that's what air is. But they're missing the essence of it because there's energy in it. There's like they don't really know how to quantify that. And so you need a paradigm, more than scientific materialism, which is what all these teachings are. So I think you'll resonate with it. I mean, the course is just another path in the universal curriculum. He says that this isn't the only path. There's many paths that all lead to God in the end. But he is saying, look, this is a quick way. I've given you the quickest way he knows, and given that Jesus Christ, Yeshua, you got to listen because he escaped. He's one of the few. He escaped in his lifetime, and he got out of the matrix, and he did it. So he's a good teacher. He's saying, well, this is how I did it, and I'm going to train you. And he's tailored this really for the Western mind. It was given in New York City to people who are really, not spiritual at all. They were one was an atheist, the other was agnostic, and they caught up in the rat race in New York City, one of the biggest, most complex cities that's ever existed, dealing with all the issues of modern life. So it was given for this time, for the typical Western mind that's really busy, and that's the way he's designed the program, which I think is really helpful. If he said sit for hours in meditation, that was the modality, and very few Westerners would do that. So he gave very short. It's like just do little 10-15 minute breath break, 10-15 minute practice in the morning and the evening, and then in between top yourself up with a minute at a time. And that's probably doable, even if you're in a hectic Western life and you're working and you've got family commitments. It's still doable. You can fit that kind of commitment in to your life if you really want to. So for people like that, I've designed a program just going to assist them to do that. They get all the tools and they just use them accordingly. I know people who just do breath breaks. I don't necessarily know they even listen to the discussions because those are quite long, but they'll do the breath break and that adds value to them. So they're happy to, that's then how they do the program. If you can dive a bit deeper, then you'll get more benefit. You can do the live sessions, you can do the breath breaks, you can do meditations every day, and dedicate maybe a couple of hours a day to this, you'll find in 3 weeks that you have a shift, and there'll be exponentially more benefit according to the effort that you put in, and then after 3 weeks you'll have a pretty good idea, like, yeah, this works for me or not. And no hard feelings either way. I just say give it its full due. What Sally did was she just said, I'm going to suspend everything else and I'm just going to do this for 3 weeks, because you can always go back to whatever else you're doing. And she found it worked for her, and so now she's rejigged her spiritual practice to be in alignment with this program. But she gave it a fair trial. She really dived in.
I think she did still use the EAM though, didn't she, for helping to release as a releasing technique, because that's what I mean.
She's not discarding that as a technique, but her spiritual practice, like she's doing other meditations and stuff, she's can't fit it in. So let me do these meditations and let me join these live sessions rather than another programs.
Yes,
and that's what I'd recommend. If you have, I had one lady who said, "Oh well, I can't tell you how many programs I'm signed up to, like 5 different programs. I mean, it's a mess. Everyone's telling you to do something, and then you only got so much time.
Confused.
You get confused. So she's not really doing herself any kind of service. Focus on one, and just do it properly. And if it's a good program, you'll get the benefits rather than sort of being scattered. But that's how egos defend. It's like, I'm on a spiritual path, but I'm so scattered that I'm not really getting much benefit. So then the ego is still in charge, and it's distracting me from the real purpose, which is to go deeper. The real spiritual advancement is go deeper into a path. You don't have to go wide and go, oh, well, I need to understand that and every single spiritual path in the world. You go, no, this one resonates with me. I like it, and the truth is here. And so let me go deeper into it. And of course, the miracles is very much that, along those lines. If it resonates with you, works for you, go deeper into it, and you can spend probably the rest of your life studying and working with it, because there's that much material and it's that profound. So I've kind of designed a program for people who ultimately could do that. They could use the course and program to help them go very deep into this, and so the program would meet their needs as well as a total newbie and a beginner who comes in and doesn't really know very much about it. And they could both get benefit at their levels, because it's the whole picture. Everything's there. It's a comprehensive deep dive into it.
Oh, well, saying that, I need to leave now, Jonathan, for an appointment I'm going to. So, but thank you very much, and I'll seek out that email that I missed this morning, find out where it is.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, and add it to your whitelist, because every morning you should get one around 5-6 o'clock. Today was a bit late because I'm under pressure to get a retreat organized. So I've got other stuff to do, but normally
all the best
6 o'clock in the morning. Well, it actually works for me that no one's joining, because I'll crack on with it. So.
Great.
Right.
Okay. Thank you
so hopefully
much,
see you on Sunday, if you'd like to join Sunday evening. So
I think Sunday. No, I can't do Sunday. So it probably won't be till next week.
It'll be Monday, so Monday afternoon at the same time, if you'd like to join.
Okay, lovely.
All right, have a nice weekend.
And you, thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.